one. Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable. I'm Justin.
I'm Jalen.
And for this episode, we're going to be doing a bar breakdown for one of the most highly anticipated matchups that went down just a little over a week ago in Kings vs. Queens 4 main event Tay Roc versus Miss Hustle. So I know you're fresh off just watching the battle. So just how do you just feel about the battle in its entirety?
I definitely like the battle on my end. I definitely love the way Hustle performed. Came like I expected to. Like I expected her to. I felt like Tay Roc kind of started off strong, and I felt like he kind of stayed in like the same pockets throughout the battle, kind of with the same pattern of like rhyming words together. But nevertheless, he did have great material. I felt that got kind of overlooked a little bit too. But overall, I enjoyed the battle. How did you feel about it?
I think it was like you said, a good battle. If I had to give it a rating, probably maybe give it like a 7.9. Um, Hustle did a little better than maybe I anticipated her doing. I think Rock maybe I don't see because I don't want to say he did a little worse than I thought, but we're gonna get into it. But I'll just say I feel like it took him a little while to pick up his energy, and I think maybe that kind of altered how the fans receive some of his material and things of that nature. But if you're ready, we can just get right into the material. So Tay Roc, starts off. He goes first in round one. I had the hollows from France, their French chips button on the Glock. I ain't changed my shoes, but the switch kicks. Um, he had the smack you gave a bitch that's a blood to Dracula. Cool little line. How many times you gonna alter your human body in the future? In the future, in the future, you're gonna make up a new Bugatti. What did you have to start off?
I had the hollow tips from the hollows from French tips. I know you Guyanese, but can you survive a massacre? You gone the people crying it ain't from Africa. And then I got the a little bit after one of the bars you said. Well, he said like the whip's tinted. You don't know who's in it, like the Illuminati. Like that was tough. I love that bar right there. And then I didn't like his the ending punch on it, but when he was in that pocket with the loaded nine, his whole died, busting the eye open wide. Like definitely like what he was doing in that rhyme scheme over there. I'll let you pick off from there. Yeah.
I just wanted to say in this round, I feel like just watching it, I feel like it took. Well, actually, I feel this whole round, Tay Roc's energy wasn't 100% there. I feel he had good material, but I think Tay Roc is one of those type of battle rappers to where he has bars sometimes that are you can say simple, but it's the energy and if he's yelling and barking and sweating, how it comes off, it makes it sound 10 times better. I think he was so calm in the first round. Some of the material, sort of like he was alluding to, that maybe was slept on, is because he was just kind of just talking to her. It
Yeah.
wasn't that energy. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I was saying the delivery. Like
Right,
with
right, right, right. Because we know Rock for the barking, the yelling, and just really going aggressive with the females. Because we've seen him face Vixen before on a previous King vs Queen. We've seen him versus C3, and I feel all three of those rounds versus the other two, he was straight aggressive. This one, I think not till the second he didn't really pick it up. But back to the material, I like when he said pushing hustle backwards, like getting high on your own supply. I like that. This was a cool little bar, 380 on standby, like the oven preheating. I definitely like that. I thought you was an ape who told this guerrilla warfare.
mm-hmm.
Shout out to Guerrilla Warfare, a league that if a new fans, hold on, because now sometimes we gotta talk about the essence, because we're not new fans, anything like that. If if you don't know what Guerrilla Warfare is, then you just haven't been watching for a long time. A lot of classic battles happened there. We all remember when Aver beat Surf and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of old Red versus Daylight. That's just a little segue right there. So if y'all want to go check out on YouTube, they definitely got some fire battles over there. But what else did you have in the first round, if anything?
That's basically it for me. Like that's all I had. Like the last
I
I had
Go
was
ahead.
the you can't cry when things don't go your way. I thought you was Abe who told this guerrilla warfare. That was the last bar I had.
Right, and then I he had after that I do like to press a button on the arm, start chopping like action figures. I thought that was
Yeah.
fire. Yeah, that was all I had for Tay Roc in the first. He had a cool first round. I just don't think he had the proper energy, and I think it was really made clear. Now we get into Hustle, who came out the gate just barking. What did you have just for Hustle starting off?
If so, for starting off, um, I had the pretty 50 screaming across the street like Miss Parker.
Right.
I, I could leave, I could leave the gay bars and cook a nigga like Dharma. Like,
That was fire. You ain't on the train, the angle, why bother? I could leave the gay bars and cook a nigga like Dahmer. Fire, but even a little before that, I did like her addressing like some of the cave members leaving. Like she said, Chess left,
yeah.
Briz left, even Trev left, even Trez left the gang. I asked what would Jesus do, but even he left the cave. I thought
Hmm.
that was fire. Right after the bar, you just said the Dharma bar. I had they celebrated taking chains off a nigga like Juneteenth.
Hmm.
I thought that was cool. She said enough about because she kept talking about his chain getting snatched and all that, so she ended off with the enough about those wings. I'm a drum type of bitch.
Yup.
Like, I thought that was cool. What else did you have?
Yeah. So after that, I had the Av. He said I'm going at like she was talking about the cave, Av, chest, and then shooting for the captain like a pickup game. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
and then I see caution before I take off like Final Destination, and
fire.
she came at how Surf doesn't do songs with Tay Roc.
Right,
I would see Mount Rushmore if we never seen a rock feature.
right. Free the way. Mm.
She was just going there.
Free the way. No, definitely. I definitely had that I definitely had that written down too. A little after that, she had addressing sort of like what happened in her My Verse battle when My Verse was talking to her around. She started talking Spanish, but ended it with "I'll call my nigga from the Caliente." Like that, definitely fire. Just want to say shout out to Miss Hustle for really upping her punch rate. Shout out to LBTR because they kind of made an article on it, and it was funny because I was kind of thinking about that previously.
Hmm.
Hustle to me like has gotten better. Like just her performance, the bar she's punching, literally every other bar. I just think she just really evolved. Just quick side note, I do want to see her versus Jazz the Rapper. I think that's a rematch that needs to happen. I've been hearing Gnome is around the corner. That's a battle that we just need to see both of them on the top of their game. We could finally settle who is number one. Side
Hmm.
note, but we can just get back into the material. The last thing I had though for her in her first was, um, she said I'm dressed in all. She said I'm dressed in all black. That's my spinning attire like burnt rubber.
Hmm.
I think that was something. I thought that was fire. But that's all I had for Hustle in the first
Yeah.
round.
Yeah, and then I just had the last one I had was the couple got a couple clicking on titles like Netflix and chill. I
Yes.
like that one. So yeah, to me, I definitely got Hustle round one. Um
Yes.
I definitely feel like this was a strong round for her. How do you feel about it?
I definitely agree with you. You're right on the money. I had Hustle in that first round. I just think the difference was the energy. She came
Hmm.
out barking. It wasn't like just talking to her opponent. She had the crowd captivated. I also had Hustle in the first round. So, which now leads us to the second. And Tay Roc starts off. He said, I'll find Nitty and Hustle and make them eat the butt of the gun. Prohibition era knockoff hustle and rum. I thought that was fire. He had the "you got your ass done, I'll get your face done, knife your cheek." I thought that was a cool little line. Put the face of Remy League in a coma for 6 weeks. She wake up and reminisce over hustle like Big Meech. I thought that was fire.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. Well, even in the beginning, I just didn't like how he started off with the trans thing because I didn't write it down, but Hustle addressed the. I think you addressed put it in yours like why like I could lead the gay bars, and cook a nigga like that. Like I feel like she kind of like shaded that away, but then you
Right.
kind of brought it back in that second. So it kind of, I'm like, you don't have to like talk about this now. So it kind of threw me off the beginning of
No,
it.
right, but hold on. To your point right there, it's like as a battle rapper,
Yeah,
you
you got.
you have to come with that material just
Mm,
in case what she might come with. And it's like even if she didn't, you can't really scrap it if
yeah,
that's a big part of your round because now your round is mad short. But I get
yeah.
what you're saying. Yes,
Like
you're
it
not.
threw it off for me a little bit. But even before that, he was like, I like for me it's like little simple shit too. Like he's like, lady, you're a gangster, gotta be decided. Victims and the villains, they gotta be divided. Like I like shit like that.
Yeah,
Um,
talking to her.
um, a lot of the bars you said I had those two. Um, I had like Pool of Blood, Bathing Ape. I like that.
Right,
Then
right.
over over a debate, get hooked. Ever went fishing?
Yeah. I've been fishing a little before that. I had the like taking flowers to the wrong burial site. It's a grave mistake. I thought that was fire.
Mhm.
Um, after you said the over debate get hooked on. You ever been fishing? After that, I had I need you to be a. He said I need you to be great, bitch. Every great hustle I have put food in my fridge. Fire. The blade go in. Hold on. The blade go in like when you take your wig off, the edge is gone. That
Mhm.
that definitely hit in the building. And then I didn't write down the whole thing, but the remix to the body bitch.
Yeah.
He definitely went into that. I thought that was cool. Out just quick side note, I thought it was dope seeing Rock's daughter on the stage, just her being in the culture. It, like I said earlier, we've been watching battle rap for so long. We definitely just seen Rock just mature and grow his family and all that. So I just thought it was dope seeing her there, so supporting her father. But the last thing I had what was like that viral meme that I ended up making.
Yeah.
Um, just talking sweet to her. I like when you rock Prada and all that. You ever been flued out to shock trauma? Like and then just starts going crazy. Like you thought I was gonna send this bitch somewhere nice. No, she's going to hell. Like just
Yeah, that was
Rock just being the goat of the ad libs, definitely better than Gwitty. I just gotta say that. Just like those little things sometimes makes you a star.
yeah.
That's not even something you wrote down or prepared. That's just in the moment. Like you just went viral.
Hmm.
Like so, but that's all I had for him in this. Wait, no. I did have one more. I personally did like this one. Walk up to the casket, sprinkle salt and pepper, and just push it. I thought that was fire. I
Yeah,
definitely met Salt back in the day, so I definitely thought that was fire.
yeah.
Um,
Only one I had that you didn't was probably I could pull strings like stretch and yawn, get a back of the headshot like when she's stretching yawn and then you acted it out.
no,
Um,
yeah, yes.
I had that you didn't, but everything else I had the same exact thing. Yeah, I just had the same exact thing. So yeah.
Right. Definitely to me a better round than his first. The energy was there.
Hmm.
It was a classic Tay Roc second round. He was definitely fire, but I believe it was still a round that could be beaten.
Yeah. So how would you rate the second round? Like
On a scale, okay, so that was an 8.
that's
It,
fair.
wa- it, it was an 8 out of 10. Like I
I
think
would
he
take.
definitely could have been better, but it was solid, like better than his first. Like you're in the battle, you want to write up.
Yeah.
So he completed the objective. But
I,
fire. What about you?
yeah. I would say the same 8. I feel like it was solid. It could be beatable, but I feel like the great improvement from the first.
Yes,
Definitely
yes.
more. You can see the energy was definitely there.
Right. So hustle in round two. We can get straight into her round. I like how she started off. If it's beef, we stake out. If it's beef, we stake out in the back like butcher spots. I thought that was fire. We ain't expect you to leave your niggas. You know how she tries to wait. Hold on. Before we even say the bar, elite. Wait, we ain't expect you to leave your niggas. Is that a reach?
It is a reach, but the way she would say it is
Yes.
not.
No, no, no. I definitely understand, boy. But you hearing it as a fan, did you feel it was a reach or no? You're saying no.
I felt like she was selling it. Yeah, I feel like it was a little bit of a reach. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So she said, "We ain't expect you to leave your niggas. That was one in a million. I ain't expect rock the boat." But what else did you have to start off? Hustle's second round.
Oh yeah. After that, she was talking about caution. How it was like baseball. She was next to the bat, but now she was in the bullpen getting dogged out. Tough. That was tough to me.
Right, 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 right.
Um, and then she got into like this flow pattern, kind of similar to Tay Roc, but it was like use like your tone, keep it low, blood hypotension, and then she had something in between. I didn't write it, but then the whole I hold the auto correct is like it's like a typo with it, and
Right.
then hit him from hit him from snipe position. Nah, but I'm right on rock like hieroglyphics. Like she was going in. Like I definitely like that rhyme pattern she had over there.
No, yeah, like certain bars like that. I didn't want to write it because I heard the right on rock hieroglyphic bars
Yeah,
before, and I feel if you're gonna do it, well, you can do it, but for me to write it down, you have to do it in a way I never heard before.
yeah.
So, but it was still definitely fire. Though. I cannot take that away.
Hmm.
Um, I had the revolver. I doubt dismissed, but the case drop.
Hmm.
You was tough on the media right now. Now give me now give me space rock, and that's when she damn near bumped rock off the stage. Just
Great.
once again, I'm pretty well. That is something I'm pretty sure that she like told herself in her head like I was gonna do. But yeah, not a bar, but just acting it out. That's
Hmm.
that I don't want to say stage presence, but that's that what's the word I'm thinking of? Performance, right?
Gotcha.
That definitely performance, her having that energy, just keeping the crowd engaged. That was definitely fire. But for me, I only really had one more thing. I had the if it well, she was addressing sort of like surf, like being the one that protects rock in a
Mm.
way. So she had the if it wasn't for the crypto, that would have been a blockchain addressing how rock got his chain snatched and all that. She definitely had a couple more bars pertaining to that. I just didn't write all of it down, but I like how she ended that. Um, just adding the whole Sue Surf aspect to it. So but that's all I have for hustle in a second.
Yeah, I just had two bars. I had the need the whole circle to get me off rockets. An intervention like
Right.
that. Then the blade run into him out of nowhere. It's been a minute. Definitely like that one. And that was the last ones I had. So, um, yeah, that's all I had for Miss Hustle.
So who did you have winning the second round?
I had Hustle, but I feel like the turning point for me, right, was when she bumped Rock off stage. Weirdly enough, to me, bro, it just that kind of like got her around for me, bro. For some reason, like it kind of just shifted the tone. Like when, like after that, I'm like, she went around, like for me, weirdly enough. But the bars and everything is there, like to like it's. I feel like material wise, it's kind of closer. I feel though, Hustle still has the edge, but when I seen she bump Rock off stage, it kind of like solidified around for me.
See, I watched this battle twice. So I'm not gonna lie to you. The first time I watched it, I did think this round was debatable, and I still do. But the first time I did have Miss Hustle. That's
Mm,
why I remember I texted you. I was like, arguably 3-0.
yeah,
Like, but now watching it again, and I know this was gonna be the pivotal round. I was really watching. Now I have Tay Roc winning that second round. I just think he had a little bit more. Him just picking up the energy. I think he just had more moments. If you look, Hustle's round was short. This was her shortest round.
you're
I
right.
think that's what made it even closer than what it was. But I have to go Tay Roc in the second round. So for me, I have it 1-1 going into the third. But obviously for you, you already have Miss Hustle winning the battle. So
Yeah.
yeah, shout out to you. But we could move on now to the final round, Rocks round three. I had the I thought this was fire. I got my hands on different stocks. I got equity.
Got it.
I thought that was fire. I I leave you on the street hustle with a buck in your mug.
Mm,
I thought that was cool. Free surf. Free surf. I ain't got the kryptonite. I'm Clark Kent.
mm.
Definitely a nice little jab right there. What did you have to start off?
Um, even before I had, if I don't like misdemeanor, I'm catching felony. He did have like bars before that, but that
Yeah.
was punch that got me. And then I have you attack.